From the benevolent robot in Wall-E to the ruthless AI in the Terminator, science fiction has long explored the idea of machines surpassing humanity. But the ethical dilemmas that come with artificial intelligence are no longer just Hollywood fantasies.
What if I were to inform you that an AI wrote the sentence you just heard? What if I told you that the documentary's mellow background music was composed by AI? And what if you learned that the person you are currently watching on the screen is not a real human?
Mind blown? Brace up. We're just getting started. In an age where AI is becoming increasingly ubiquitous, we must ask ourselves, are we the engineers of our own demise? Join us as we delve into the real-life ethical issues of AI and pose the problem queries that will shape our future. Will we build a world where technology serves humanity? Or will we create a future where the machines rule?
Both the potential for AI to become uncontrollable and its potential to be used for unethical purposes by those in power are valid concerns. However, I would argue that the greater fear should be the potential for AI to be used for unethical purposes by those in power. The reason for this is that while the potential for AI to become uncontrollable is certainly a concern, it is something that we can work to lessen through careful design and oversight. We can build AI system with fail-safes and redundancies to prevent them from becoming uncontrollable, and we can establish regulations and guidelines to ensure that AI is used in a responsible and ethical manner. However, the potential for AI to be used for unethical purposes by those in power is a much more difficult problem to solve. The problem is not the technology itself, but the intentions and the actions of the people who control it. If those in power use AI to further their own interests at the expense of others, it could lead to widespread social, economic, and political destabilization.
In the 18th centuries, wealthy people hired many maids and servants. Those domestic workers in the 18th century cook food, boil water for bath, light candles, wash clothes, and entertain their families. However, in our modern time, we rarely need them to cook, wash, and clean. We rarely ride the horse to commute from home to our workplace. We usually leave the washing machine, cooking and cleaning robots, and automobile to do their chores, which people in King Georgian era did not imagine our modern society. And now we live in even better than many nobles and wealthy people in the 18th centuries. The AI will assist you with more comfort and achieve your dream easier with the small budget expenditures.
Answer is yes and no. Yes, because the AI systems are basically trained first to learn something that they're supposed to do. And when they get good at it, the human being may not be very important and useful in that task. However, I would say no, because for the systems to work, they have to be trained. And this is where we need the human cognitivity. We need the human to think of how this system is going to work. So actually, to me, they are not curtailing, they're actually improving the mind of the programmer to think about how the system will work, about the number of tasks that they apply the AI in.
Let's play a quick game. Take a look at these pictures on the screen. Can you guess which one's human drawn and which one's AI generated? Did you get it right? Now try this. Artificial intelligence has been slowly infiltrating every aspect of our lives, and the world of creativity is no exception. In recent times, with the advent of deep learning algorithms, AI has been slowly taking over the one field humans were undefeated in, art.
Well, I like to believe that in some cases, yes, it might be so.
especially when it comes to technical or extreme corporate pieces of text that AI can generate within no time. But when it comes to more detailed, in-depth pieces of writing, if you're talking about a book or something that a human can write much better than any AI tool, then in those cases, AI cannot beat humans' elements or their capacity to write as well as, humans can. So in that cases, I think writers' careers are more safe than unstable.
We have seen AI produce works that are so convincing and so realistic that it's becoming increasingly difficult to distinguish between human and AI generated works.
That's actually a little bit hard to say now, because just when we think that AI might not surpass human capacities, it brings out something that does. But needless to say, there are instances where it can and cannot go in as deep as a human mind can, because AI itself has admitted that no matter how accurate or precise it might be in terms of syntax, grammar, or even the accuracy of its data collection from online resources, it cannot match the understanding or comprehension of the context that a human might get, precisely because humans are inbuilt with the ability to feel. Whatever AI might be designed with will be artificial and will have its own limitations.
Beyond concerns about its impact on creative affairs, the collection and use of personal data by AI systems raise significant ethical implications. AI algorithms often require personal information like the user's location and browsing history to personalize the user experience. Although one might voluntarily agree for their data to be used, they can never be fully clear about how and where it is used.
The collection and the use of personal data by AI system raises a number of ethical implications that must be carefully considered. I could address some key ethical concerns. The first one being the collection and the use of personal data raising serious privacy concerns. There is a risk the data collected about individuals, including sensitive personal information like financial information and even biometric data, could be used for malicious purpose. The second issue being concerned, individual may not be fully aware about the data that is being collected about them by AI systems or how the data is being used. This raises questions about the validity of their consent. Also, the use of personal data by AI systems raises questions about accountability. Who is responsible for ensuring that the data is accurate and up to date? Who is responsible for ensuring that the algorithms used to analyze the data are fair and unbiased? If an individual is harmed as a result of an AI system's decision, who is responsible? Overall, the ethical implications of the collection and the use of personal data by AI systems are significant, and it is critical that we approach this issue with care and consideration. We need to ensure that individuals have control over their personal data, that their privacy is protected, and the decisions made by AI systems are fair and unbiased.
In my opinion, some scientists like me build models by reducing the data size as they enhance the AI without violating privacy. Besides, the non-democratic country continuously develop the relevant to the AI system, regardless of the personal privacy and freedom. And their AI bots eventually harm us all the competitive market usage, and worst case scenario, security issues. Therefore, prohibiting or restricting the ChatGPT is unlikely to stop the problem.
One other, perhaps a highly problematic concern is how AI algorithms can perpetuate biases and stereotypes that exist in society. This data could either be used to recommend advertisements and products to an individual's personalized preference, or AI uses this data to make decisions that negatively impact and discriminate against certain groups of people.
These best AI systems come up because of the training. You don't expect AI systems to perform well when you've not given them a lot of work. An example that you gave of Amazon. We know that number of ladies who participate in this question, in this kind of in data collection, maybe a little bit few. So it may not be very easy to have a very big number of ladies to give you some kind of data to train on. So I believe one of the problems that system faced was less data for that gender. And because there was less data, the systems did not have enough training on that gender. So the potential consequences will come about if at all these systems are not trained well on data. So if you want to apply them in a workplace or anything, you have to make sure that you get a much data, because these systems are data hungry. These AI systems are data hungry. So with much data, there will be no problems.
So how do we confront some major concerns that come with the rise of the AI era? How do we ensure the ethical use of AI for the benefit of the society? What's the need for clear protocols and guidelines around the use of personal data?
I think the upcoming plagiarism checks for AI will do the trick, because we have had a phase where just as AI had been brought into the picture, people had started to use it in a little bit of a misleading way. So in order to avoid any kind of boundary crossing, plagiarism check or scrutiny of the highest quality is required, especially for publishers who are looking to publish writers' content, and for writers to ensure that their content is not being plagiarized elsewhere and they are not plagiarizing somebody else's content.
The potential impact of AI on job displacement and the future of work is a critical issue that needs to be addressed. It is important to recognize that AI has the potential to disrupt many industries and replace many jobs that are currently being performed by humans. However, it is also important to recognize that AI can create new jobs and opportunities that did not exist before. To address the potential impact of AI on job displacement and the future of work, we need to approach this issue from multiple angles. First, we need to understand the specific ways in which AI is likely to impact different industries and job types. For example, AI is likely to have a significant impact on jobs that involves routine tasks, while jobs that require creativity, emotional intelligence, and human interactions are less likely to be impacted. And we need to ensure that AI is developed and deployed in an ethical and responsible manner. This means ensuring that AI systems are transparent, explainable, accountable, and that they are designed to benefit society as a whole rather than just a selective few.
With AI systems becoming more advanced, questions like whether they should be allowed to make decisions with significant ethical implications automatically spring to one's mind. This leads to the rising discussion of whether AI should be seen as a partner rather than a replacement for human decision making, about if AI should work in collaboration with humans to improve outcomes.
My answer is still yes. The AI should be allowed to make these decisions because so long as the AI models are trained well, they can do the work. But we have just to have a caution that AI systems are actually computer systems. And you know the principle of garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you'll tell the system to do, whatever rules you'll give it, is what it will do. But we also have to remember that AI systems are normally data hungry. That means whatever scenarios that happen on the road are supposed to be given to this AI system. Remember that the AI system will not will not do anything very well if it has never trained, if it has not been trained about it. But if it was trained, it will do a very good work.
We could have an even AI-driven CEO and president. They may become more rational than making a political-driven decision. We see an example of a lawmaker in Italy banning the ChatGPT. Their politically driven decision can hurt many supporters as they regulate the AI system, and people will ultimately prefer to support AI leader than human political driven leaders.
The ethics of AI is a challenging and developing area that needs constant monitoring and in-depth investigation. While AI has the potential to revolutionize a number of societal elements, it also poses serious ethical issues that need to be resolved. It is crucial to make sure AI is created and applied in ways that support human flourishing, respect human rights, and are in line with human values. Policymakers, scholars, technologists, members of civic society, and the general public must all work together to achieve this. Together, we can maximize AI's advantages while lowering its risk and ensuring that it serves the greater good.